Hello, and welcome to my channel. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, so I figured now's as good a time as any. So jumping on the bandwagon, I'm going to share my thoughts on Marvel's New Warriors. Now, I'm going to start off by mentioning that I haven't read the originals, and the amount of comics I've read is just a few. I think Transformers More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Sight is about the only one I've actually finished, to be honest. So take my opinions with a grain of salt. Furthermore, I'm not a super great artist, so take my design tweaks with another grain of salt. But before I get into my redesigns, let's talk about why everyone is making such a fuss. So, in particular, we have two new characters who go by the name of Snowflake and Safespace. Yeah, yikes. Snowflake is a non-binary cryptokinetic who throws snowflake shurikens, while Safespace is their twin who makes pink barricades around his loved ones. The rest of the crew is a meme-obsessed teen who connects to the internet by, internet gas, and he goes by the name of Screen Time. The rest is a vampire goth kid by the name of B Negative, and a girl with a magic backpack by the name Trailblazer. So I can kind of see why people wouldn't like these characters, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my unpopular opinion in the ring. I don't think they're that bad, guys. These characters are not even out yet, but by their description alone, many people are already throwing tantrums. Could they be better? Sure. Do their names kind of suck? Absolutely. But does this even really need to be a thing? And actually, I'd really like to see it. I know experimental internet gas makes, no sense, but his brain can connect to the internet, so I'm kind of wondering how far they'll take it. Can he access police records as long as their computer is connected online? Can he go to the deep web? Can he mentally hack any villain's computer who's also connected to the internet? And that's not a bad power at all, to be honest. It's very helpful as a support character, and there's plenty of superheroes who just get by being smart. Our next character is Trailblazer, who is a girl with a magic backpack that pulls out random objects from quote-unquote a void. Is this useful? I mean, more so than an average citizen, you would think. But who knows the limits of this thing, too? Can she pull out Thor's hammer and other godlike objects? Maybe. We just don't know. Unfortunately, people's biggest complaint with her character is that she's overweight. And that's part of my problem with people's griping. These characters are new to being heroes. They're not going to be like Superman overnight. Let them develop. Will Trailblazer slim down? The more she trains, the more combat she faces? Maybe. If she doesn't, is it a big deal? No. I'm not going to go into how fit body types come in all different shapes and sizes. But, I'm just going to say it's nice to see that Marvel can draw more than the two main body types of muscular guy and slim girl. Yeah, they've got some wild-looking background characters, but it's just, they always stick to, the same body type. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's kind of nice to see her as this character. So, moving on to the next character, the one people seem to have, the least opinion about is this vampire kid who goes by the name, as I said earlier, B Negative, which, funny pun. He's so edgy, honestly, I love it. But I just don't see him as original as the other team members. We've seen 1,000 vampire teens, so hopefully they bring something to the table with him. So this just leaves Snowflake and Safespace. Honestly, besides their names, which, as someone in the LGBT community who identifies as pansexual, arguably the sexual orientation that gets called the snowflake the most, it did almost feel like a slap to the face when I first read it. I get trying to reclaim a negative term, but these names are the least imposing superhero names I think I've ever heard. But overall, their designs aren't super bad or anything. I mean, they're a little generic, and I'd love to see if the story lets them change up their outfits a bit as they acquire more experience and realize their sock knee pads don't actually help at all, but that's something that the writers are going to have to handle. Not necessarily the designers. So, even though the designs are half decent, here's what I'd do if I was given the material. First of all, I tried to make the twins not carbon copies of one another. You see, I see Snowflake as the cold and quiet twin, like the Sasuke of the group, and Safespace as the more fun-loving Naruto character, or in this case, because of the pink shields, 100% reminded me of him, more like a Steven Universe sort of character. So I tried to reflect that in their designs a little. Snowflake's inspiration was mostly of a ninja, hence the Naruto-esque jacket and fingerless gloves combo going on there. And I also went ahead and changed the hair up a little bit. I like short hair, but it just was not working for me on them. So I gave them short on the sides, floof on the top sort of style. And then I went ahead and changed the colors a little bit so the neon blue was an accent color and not completely burning my retinas. For safespace, I gave him some dreads and based off his design a little bit off of a samurai. Then I couldn't really get the chest piece right, and he kind of looks like a football player now, which not really what I was going for, but it kind of works. I kind of see him as like the friendly dense like a barrier, get it? A dense loving Jack character. And then I went ahead and put spikes all over his armor because he apparently can't protect himself, so I thought he might need some help in that department. And like Snowflake, I also went ahead and toned down the pink because it was just way too bright. Then I gave both of them mismatched gloves just because that's my aesthetic. And that was about the extent of my changes. Just went ahead and overhauled the outfit, gave him new haircuts, that sort of thing. Overall, I think with a good enough story, these characters could come out alright. I'd love to see them go through character development and have their styles change over time, because you really get to see that happen in comics. Generally, you've got the same guy, he puts on the outfit once, and that's his outfit for the rest of time. At least for most of the popular superheroes, that is anyways. Anyways, that's about the extent of what I had to say. Thanks for listening to my mini rant, and I'd love to hear any disagreements with my opinions in the comments section. Thanks for listening.
Knock knock 시작해 I can't wait anymore But button or push I can't tell anymore 또 똑같은 action Can't change anymore 집어치워 blind I can't take anymore 처음 느낀 texture 이질적인 gesture low low 다 들어간 불꽃에 얼어붙은 눈빛은 glow 깜짝 놀랄걸 맘에 놓다간 딱인데 일걸 Since I'm the one, I am the one Let's have some fun 애지게 웃어 뻔한 질문에 대답하긴 날 좀 바쁜 걸 자신 없다면 I will make you see We gon' drop it like a bomb Drop it like a bomb Boom, 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 boom So get ready now 감당하겠다면 잡으려고 I'm your fantasy 이건 나와 좀 주저하지 말고 소리 높여 It's your melody 아주 많이 다른 총성 없는 네 머릿속엔 day-day 전쟁 중 영혼 없는 blank 화면 속엔 bang bang loading 중 소요한 SNS 그게 전부 네 일 진짜 너를 보여봐 네 like it 숙녀다운 attitude 찾아가는 거라면 번질 수가 틀렸지 No like it 더 원한다면 지금 다가와 We gon' drop it like a